Hi, I'm Yvonne Norris.
This is Ayla Salda, and this video will be about what?
The different properties of dental
Ooh,
materials, Isla.
properties. Are we talking about the physical, mechanical, and electrical properties here?
Exactly.
What are these properties, by the way?
Well, let's find out.
Oh, hey Brenda, you busy?
Morning, Madam Mar. Nope, not really. Why? Hold up. What's with your face?
This is why I called you. See, I'm trying to make fluffy pancakes.
Yeah, and what about it?
Obviously, I just can't get it right.
Girl, you can put that in the oven and call it bread.
I know. So, can you teach me?
How do we differentiate ductility from malleability? Ductility represents the ability of a material to sustain a large permanent deformation under a tensile load before it ruptures. Malleability, on the other hand, is the ability of a material to sustain a considerable permanent deformation without rupture under compression or pressure. For example, the dough was able to be squished and stretched into various forms without breaking. Gold is the most malleable metal, followed by silver, which are used to help restore teeth.
You still have ingredients left?
Yes. I still have some flour, sugar,
Alright.
salt, baking powder, milk, butter, and chocolate syrup.
Okay, perfect. So you start by mixing all the dry ingredients together.
Done. Next?
And then you add the egg and then the milk. Wait, you do know how to crack an egg, right?
Yeah, by kicking. No, just kidding. Like this, right?
Oops, wrong egg.
In mineralogy, the relative hardness of a material is based on its ability to resist scratching. In metallurgy, hardness is defined as the resistance to permanent surface indentation and penetration. The table was able to resist scratching and surface indentation when the egg was mashed on it. So, the table is a material with this property. The most common methods of testing the hardness of dental materials are Knoop's test, Vickers test, Rockwell test, and Brinell's test.
I'll crack the raw egg now. I'll add the milk.
Brittleness is the property of a material that fractures when subjected to stress, but has a little tendency to deform before a rupture. Brittle materials are not necessarily weak, but have a poor capacity to resist impact and compressive strength, just like the eggshell. Examples of brittle dental materials are dental amalgam and cement.
And so I mix them, right?
Yeah, you can mix it any way that you like. Just make sure you get rid of all those lumps.
Okay. How's
Yeah.
the batter supposed to look like?
Now, is your pan ready?
Look.
Girl, that looks way better than the dough you made earlier. Yeah, seriously.
That's good news to me. I'm heating the pan.
Thermal conductivity refers to the intrinsic ability of a material to conduct or transfer heat. As an example, a metallic pan absorbs heat and transfers it to the food. In dentistry, denture bases can be made up of resins or metals, and metallic bases conduct heat and help maintain tissue health. Conductors are materials that permit heat or electric current to flow through them. The pan used in cooking the pancakes is made of iron. Iron, being a metal, is a good conductor. A good rule of thumb is that any metal object is a conductor, may it be thermal or electrical conductor. In dentistry, gold and platinum are good thermal and electrical conductors because of the metallic bonds present.
I think you can add the butter
I'll
now.
add the butter now. It's melting nicely.
Flip it when some bubbles start appearing in the middle so you don't burn it.
When it flows in the pan, the handle didn't heat up quickly because of its insulating properties. In dentistry, bases are considered insulators as they provide both thermal and electrical insulations to the pulp during cavity preparation. Done! Corrosion is a gradual eating up of metals by action of air, moisture, or a chemical reaction on their surface. The most commonly seen example of corrosion of metals is the rusting of iron, or the formation of a brown flaky substance on iron objects on exposure to moisture, such as what happened to the stove. Corrosion of dental materials happens as well, like when there's a chemical reaction between the amalgam and the substances in food or saliva, resulting in the oxidation of amalgam.
So, what do you think?
Ooh, that's some lovely brown pancakes you got there, chef.
Color is the quality of an object or substance with respect to light reflected off them, and it can be described in terms of hue, value, and chroma. As an example, the golden brown color of the pancake is reflecting the wavelengths of what we see as golden brown, absorbing all the rest. But how is color relevant in dentistry? Well, it is important for aesthetic purposes, like in making prosthesis or restoration to make sure that they imitate the translucency of a natural dentition.
But it's missing something, Marimar.
Oh, right. The chocolate syrup.
Rheology is a general term referring to the study of flow and deformation of materials. Viscosity is a property of rheology. It is a measure of the consistency of a fluid and its inability to flow. So, the chocolate syrup is an example of a fluid with high viscosity. In dentistry, understanding rheology is important in the manipulation of materials, such as impression and direct restoration materials, because they flow or deform with subjective.
Wait a minute. There's something wrong. Why aren't they fluffy?
Actually, I don't know how to make fluffy pancakes either, so bye.
Thank you.